Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
Hello, everybody. It's meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hey, I've got a deal for you. My friends at Robert Gibb and Sons, you know what? We are all proud of our first responders in this area. And Robert Gibb and Sons has a $400 off any new HVAC system. Call Robert Gibb and Sons today. Please tell them Hutch sent you. And thank you for being who you are and putting your community first. All right, let's talk weather, shall we? We do have a lot of weather that's taking a break, and I like that. Now, that means the street fair's on, and you know what? I know. It's just you, me, we're thinking on the same line here. Our severe weather often hits around that Fargo Street Fair time, but I've got great news for you. It doesn't look like this year. Hey, it's Hutch's weather. I'm glad to see you here as we approach the 5 o'clock hour. If you're going out tonight, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we do have a couple of storms in the forecast, but they're not all day, every day. And at this point, the severe risk looks, well, not organized. Let's just put it that way. With heat and humidity in the atmosphere, yes, we could have some severe storms. More exciting news to pass along to you this week. But first, Cheryl, it's great to have you on board from Park Rapids, where your temperature is because you're the first one on to say hi. We're interacting with Park Rapids first. Let's go right to that radar. Zip, 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 zip in on to Park Rapids. Do you see it there? Now, here you go, Cheryl. 75 degrees is your temperature. Let's see him do that on TV. Huh? Can't do it. Walker. Big Leech Lake, and it's 73. Gotta like that. Pine River, the same thing. Now, if you happen to be off in Becker County, Detroit Lakes, perfectly comfortable, mid-70s there. The forecast for Fergus was mid-70s. Oh, look, it's the mid-70s. Today's weather is delightful. Now, Fargo, you can feel a little bit of that heat. I was outside today in the boat looking at it, and I got to tell you, 80 degrees again. As Hutch forecast, it's looking pretty nice out there as we go into our afternoon. And the wind isn't strong, and out in the, the Glendon area out here, a 75-degree day there. Now, let's check it out. Let's go to Valley City and Jamestown, 82, 77 for you in Valley City, and Carrington at 79 degrees. So not much weather to worry about right now. Let's get you to your forecast so you can stay up to date with the very latest. All right. Now, here we go. Let's go with the forecast model, shall we? I do want to start with a quick run through on what we're expecting to go on in the forecast for tonight. So let me turn this on. I don't know how we got locked into temperatures here, but we're going to switch this over to the future radar. Nice and hot and beach. Scott, you're the next one to chime in. Let's just jump right to beach because that's what we like to do. We'll do that right next here as soon as I get this forecast loaded up. Hour by hour forecast, and we're talking about a forecast model here that goes out several hours. Woohoo! That's a long time. Now, let's take a look at this. For the temperatures, why is it not switching to precip? Let's try that again. There we go. So this is the forecast radar. The black lines are called isobars. Isobars are not a place that meteorologists like to hang out after work. Isobars are lines of constant barometric pressure. And the closer they get together, well, the stronger the wind blows. So here we have south winds returning to the area. These red lines, what the heck are those, Hutch? Well, Hutch says those red lines are pools of warmer air. And it's warmer the farther left we go. So that warm air will be spreading in our general direction thanks to south winds kind of pulling that warm line up towards us. Does that make sense? We call that's a big word, temperature advection. That's what's going on. Warm air is getting blown into our ballpark here. And what's that mean? That means the franks are going to swell. That's right. It's going to get hot in the ballpark as we go through the night tonight. It stays dry and it stays warm. Then as we head into your Friday morning, here's daybreak. Do you see these pimples on here? I can't rule out thunderstorms, but do I believe these are going to be widespread? No, just a couple of pimples. Sarah, thank you for sharing with your friends that Hutch is on. I got to share a story with you, and I'll do that right after the forecast. Remind me on here. Don't forget your story, because sometimes Hutch gets sidetracked. Did you see that squirrel? Okay, anyway. Spotty morning storms down around the border can't be ruled out, but I don't know that I buy that it's going to be too widespread or a wrecking of the street fair or your outdoor activities. Friday, look at this. Most of the day, very good. Will be warmer still than today. And our afternoon will bring up, once again, a spotty thunder shower. The best chance, I believe, will be up to the north. Now, as we go through the afternoon, we can't rule out a thunderstorm here or there. And it's pretty common when we have the street fair in Fargo to have a storm rock through and bring a lot of wind and concern for vendors out there. Hey, if you're out at the street fair now, tap that person next to you on the shoulder and show them that you're watching Hutch's weather on your cellular device right now. Not everybody knows. All right, now as we go into the evening hours, look, mostly quiet. And now how about Saturday as we go toward the late day? Again, mostly quiet, but a few storms that form in the increasing heat could be stronger. So we'll keep that in mind. Now, all right, let's see what we got here. We have got... Hey, stars, John, thank you so much. And John, always a pleasure to have you on board. Nice and hot and beach. Let's go check out beach for Scott and all my western North Dakota and eastern Montana viewers. I think you're going to see the heat and where it's at. Here, we're going to fix to look at that right now. Okay, you look at Bismarck, it's only 84 degrees in the capital city of Bismarck, Mandan, where Hutch taught meteorology at Bismarck State College for the better part of 20 years. All my students and friends out in the Bismarck area have beautiful weather there. But once you get out to Glen Ullin, yep, 90 sizzling degrees. And here is your beach, North Dakota temperature. It's the 45 is called the dew point temperature. That's pretty dry for 90-degree air. So at least I could say, Scott, it's a dry heat in beach. And for your neighbors in Webo, Montana, some of us like to call it Y-Box because that's what it looks like, but it's Webo. And in Webo, Montana, things are mighty warm as well. Elsewhere, for my relatives out in the Wolf Point area, wow, 93 degrees there and in Glasgow. See all these echoes on the radar? We do have some dust getting kicked up, maybe a couple of showers here or there, nothing too strong or significant at this point. A couple of storms working their way out of Saskatchewan right now and not far from Swift Current. That's a look at that. Now, let's take a look. Too early to ask about next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 40th class reunion in Park Rapids, says Bonnie. It's never too early to ask. Let's take a look and see. The model that does go out that far is going to be the U.S. model. We're going to take a look at it. And please keep in mind, Bonnie, this is an early look, and it's kind of like you know what? To put numbers on an extended forecast with specificity, that you can't do that. You got to just take a general look when we get that far out. That's what our skill level will let us do as meteorologists. Anyone who puts a 15-day forecast on there with precise numbers, I can tell you, you may as well roll the dice on those last, 7 days of a 15-day forecast. Anything past day 5, our average for getting it right goes way down, way down. So it's almost not even worth putting those numbers on there for specificity. It's a tough one. I'll have to go look out how to pronunciate that one a little bit later. Let's talk a little bit about your forecast. Now, you're specifically talking all the way out into next week, and I believe Bonnie said Thursday and through Sunday. So that's a fun time. Let's go ahead and get all the way over there. So we're going to have spotty thunder shower chances. You see them? Nothing organized in our area. All the organized storms are well to our south. Okay. Then as we go into, this is Tuesday morning now, so we're getting into the right work week. A little low pressure system, a little trough digs out. We have some wet weather in the southern plains and the eastern third of the United States. For us, low pressure means this flow being counterclockwise means a north flow for some of the area and then a south flow out to the west of the area. Now, what's that mean? Warm weather is just going to continue late next week. Here's Thursday. See all the red lines? That's warm air. I don't see blue lines around, so that's not much in the way of cold air. You see one starting to peek in from the north right there. See it up there above Maine, out by Nova Scotia and not British Columbia. That's over here. Cold air there. Windy south winds on Thursday in North Dakota. In Minnesota, though, not nary a cloud and not nary any wind. It looks great on Thursday. And the south wind increases Friday. That means hold on to your hats at the big old outdoor events, but it looks fairly dry. And it stays dry. And it stays quite warm indeed. And then that low pressure system, that L there, starts moseying. And when that commences moseying, it's going to work its way out into the Central Plains. This could increase our chance of storms, but this doesn't have it until Monday. That is a look at what you can expect for your big event out there as you look out towards, was it Park Rapids, Ontario? Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Sometimes words are hard. All right, that's a look at your forecast. Newfoundland. Yeah, Newfoundland. Yep. Ontario, Newfoundland, all of them Eastern Canadian provincial areas are, well, they sometimes slip my mind. My apologies, and thank you for picking up old Hutch. Now your numbers on the 7-day planner. Let's look at it. Friday, 85 degrees. An isolated storm can't be ruled out, mainly north. Here or there, but not all of us. Just a spotty storm. Look at the temperatures, kind of locked in to the mid 80s to around 90 degrees in Fargo. Saturday, Sunday, the storm chances do begin to increase a bit. I think we'll see a few storms Saturday. Down in the southern counties, the best chance could be on Sunday in the afternoon and evening. So as a Fargo street fair winds up, that might be the best chance at seeing scattered thunder showers here. Then heading through the first part of next week, look at that, 88, 88. I guess I wasn't brave enough to go with 90. But no, not only that, that's what it looks like it's going to be. We're going to be upper 80s. There's going to be a cold front moving in on Tuesday. The timing will be huge. If it gets here before, say, 5 o'clock, we're not going to be 88. We'll be in the lower 80s. Okay. But if it doesn't arrive until after 4, I think we're going to be sizzling hot again in Fargo and in parts of southeast North Dakota. It will be much cooler, though, on your day, on Tuesday, if you live up in northern Minnesota. Well, at any rate, look at the forecast after a couple of storms associated with that cold front. Again, it doesn't look big or widespread or organized at this point. We do cool off a bit with temperatures returning midweek next week to those near 80-degree readings. So it's wonderful to have you on board here. Let me go ahead and pop up a look at some of the photos that have been shared on hutchesweather.com. It's kind of fun. I'd love to have you go there. And this happens to be, at least in the early stages, one of the most visited pages here on Hutch's Weather. I don't know what is going on. I'm going to do it another way. There it is. Okay, got to reload the page here. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so we got some fun photos. If you scroll through the photos on here, you're going to see a lot of interesting storm damage photos from the month of June. And then we did get some hail out there. But as you scroll through, look at these hailstones here. This is headache hail. Sean sharing this from Goodrich, Minnesota. This is at end of June. Golf ball size hail in Goodrich, Minnesota. That was a headache size hail there, as we continue to see some wild looking hailstones here. Look at, some are perfectly round and some look like a bunch that were glued together with some Elmer's glue. Okay. So a lot of fun pictures for you to upload and look at. And thank you for sharing, including this recent one, because you know what? Sometimes the rain is good, and it brings what Brenda reminds us is awesome fun and awesome weather. Brenda, thank you for uploading your photo. I look forward to seeing your photos right here on Hutch's Weather. Oh, and look at this on the top banner of the page. When you go to the home page, you're going to notice that it says Hutch is live, and that's one of the beauties of Hutch's Weather. You get the opportunity right at the top of the page. If I go ahead and shut off the banner, you can see at the top there, that's the button you push to watch weather when Hutch is live right on the home page. So working on exciting things for you on this home page and on this weather page, the ability for you to sign up right at the top of the page there with your email and get email notifications of when Hutch is going live. So join the party. I will never sell your email address. It's just you and me, kid. That's all we're going to keep on this. And I will send you emails letting you know important stuff. Not daily, not 5 times a day. Unless you ask for it, I'm not going to let you know every time I go live. I will send emails when there's more pertinent weather information. Sometimes I've found I'm in the middle of a severe weather update that's long. I might be going on the air. I've been on here streaming for over 3 hours at a time. And when that happens, I might get a new tornado warning. I think that's an appropriate time to send out. We have a tornado warning in Stutzman County. Head to hutchesweather.com and get the latest. So that's how I intend to use it. And I'll never take advantage of you or your trust in me by sharing your personal contact information on your website there. The hail photos are unreal. Absolutely, Bonnie. Oh, thanks, Sarah. The story. Okay, we'll end with a little story and then we'll kind of go get things. Go ahead and sell mine as long as we can split the profits. Oh, okay. Wow. You know what? That's it is a it's a business. It's a business. Nathan, good to have you on board. The story. a friend called and said, I was riding a bus, and on this bus, there were storms, and we were driving right through storms. And the person next to the person on the bus had a phone, and they're watching Hutch covering severe weather right on the bus, right on the phone, live. And that individual gave me a call and told me that. So if that was you, if you've been on the bus and passed by word of mouth that Hutch is on, you're helping, because that individual contacted me and said, you know what? I know that you are very, very good at what you do, that you love what you do, but you're just the most trusted person. So I know by you all passing along the word that Hutch is right here online on Facebook and on my website. Just keep passing the word. It is working. And it makes me smile a little bit in my heart, because it keeps allowing me to do this as it continues to allow Hutch's weather to grow, both here and online. You guys have a wonderful evening. I will be back with an update a little bit later. But for now, you are watching Hutch's weather. It sure is a privilege to be your meteorologist right here online. And we'll talk again very soon. Son was watching on the train, says Sarah, going back to Lockport. I need Lockport, New York updates. My son spreads his wings. Aw, you know what? It's tough seeing them spread their wings and fly. And, I was the one that spread my wings and fell right down on the ground a few times, but that's how we learn. That's how we learn. Thank you so much. You all have a wonderful evening. We'll talk again soon, right here on Hutch's Weather.